Have you ever found yourself in a relationship with someone who always appears humble, kind, and selfless, consistently putting others above themselves, but behind your back manipulates, controls, and belittles you? If your answer is yes, chances are you've encountered a covert narcissist. They are masters of deception, hiding their true nature behind a perfect facade. They make you believe they genuinely love and care for you, but in reality, they are merely exploiting you to satisfy their massive ego. And here's the scariest part. When you dare to expose their true face, be prepared for intense reactions. They won't hesitate to use any means necessary to protect their image, from blame shifting and playing the victim to threats and even revenge. If you find this content helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any upcoming videos, and feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below. Every contribution from you is invaluable, helping us build a strong community where we can share and support each other on the journey of self-discovery and growth. Together, we'll explore the topic: when you unmask a covert narcissist, run but quietly, counterfeit relationship. Let's uncover the tactics of a covert narcissist, expose the truth about the fake relationships they create, and equip you with the knowledge and skills needed to escape this toxic quagmire. Don't blame yourself for falling into a relationship with a covert narcissist. If you're watching this video and realizing that you've been a victim of a covert narcissist, I want to share an important message with you. Never blame yourself. You are not naive or weak. In fact, covert narcissists are masters of manipulation and deception. They can excel at playing a role, making you believe they are kind, caring, and empathetic. But this is merely a fake facade they use to achieve their own selfish goals. They can't get what they want if the world knows who they truly are. That's why they must live a life of lies and manipulation. And you, with your kind heart and trusting nature, became their victim. But remember, many others have gone through similar pain. The crucial thing is to understand that it's not your fault. Don't let a narcissist rob you of your self-esteem and confidence. Be brave enough to face the truth, embrace the pain, and begin your healing journey. When dealing with a covert narcissist, their manipulations are often subtle, passive-aggressive, and cloaked in victimhood. Their actions aren't blatant, but rather consist of small, cunning tactics that gradually make you doubt yourself. You notice odd behaviors and question, "Something feels off. What's going on?" But the signs are so minor that you hesitate to speak up, fearing you'll be labeled as overly sensitive or even as the one causing trouble. You worry others might think you're bullying a seemingly helpless victim. The most important thing is to trust your instincts. Remember, you are not responsible for someone else's feelings or actions. When you uncover the truth behind their false persona, you might feel a strong urge to expose them. Reveal every text, recording, and cruel remark you've endured. You want them to face consequences for what they've done to you. You long for vindication, for the world to see the true face of the person who has wrecked your life. But unfortunately, exposing a narcissist is never easy. You may face rejection, criticism, and even attacks from people you once trusted. Your pain stems from the perfect performance the narcissist has crafted. They appear charming and lovable on the outside, while hiding a cruel monster within. They destroy you in the shadows, all while the world praises them as an angel. You feel powerless and isolated, as if trapped in a bizarre play where truth is distorted, and victims like you are blamed. Exposing the true nature of these two-faced individuals is never simple. What risks might you face? Will justice prevail? Stay tuned for more insights in the video. But now, I want to ask, have you ever been in a counterfeit relationship with a covert narcissist? The feeling of unmasking them and realizing the truth must have been devastating, right? Please share your experiences in the comments below. How did you come to recognize their true nature? What was their reaction when you called them out? And most importantly, how did you break free from that toxic relationship? Your story could help countless others who are trapped in similar situations. Let's come together to share, encourage, and support one another on this journey to find true happiness. Never underestimate the danger of confronting a covert narcissist directly. Here's another warning, perhaps the most critical one. Never underestimate the danger of directly confronting a covert narcissist. Imagine being trapped in a room with a monster disguised as a human. It whispers words of love, but its true intent is to manipulate and control you. When you uncover the truth, don't rush to unmask this monster. It will become more aggressive and dangerous than ever. Instead, plan your escape quietly and safely. Carefully map out your way to freedom. Think through each step, each fallback plan. Be cautious with every move, ensuring the monster doesn't discover your intentions. If it senses you're trying to leave, it will do everything to stop. It will use any trick in its arsenal to keep you, even flipping the narrative to paint you as the betrayer or the ungrateful one. It will stop at nothing to protect its image. I've been lost in that forest, faced those monsters in disguise. Each encounter was a battle for survival, a relentless struggle to reclaim my life. I used to believe I could reason with them, use logic and truth to awaken their conscience. But I was wrong. They are master manipulators, capable of twisting facts and distorting reality to turn you into the villain, while presenting themselves as the pitiable victim. They'll use every tactic imaginable to safeguard their fragile ego and flawless facade. They'll push you to your breaking point, leaving you physically and emotionally drained. So take it from me, someone who has endured these battles. Never directly confront a covert narcissist. You can't win in the game they've designed for their own advantage. Remember, covert narcissists are masters of manipulation, turning any situation into an opportunity to make you look bad, while they appear as the victim. Be cautious. Don't get drawn into unnecessary confrontations or arguments. Understand that you're not equipped to outwit a covert narcissist. The best course of action is to quietly and peacefully disappear from their life. No drama, no fanfare. But if you decide to expose a narcissist, what challenges will you face? Are you prepared to reveal the truth about a covert narcissist? Brace yourself, because that path is fraught with obstacles and challenges. Don't rush into a decision. Together, let's explore the hidden difficulties that await you. By the end of this video, you'll find the answers you need. Stay tuned, and let's uncover the truths together. You must face the anger and revenge of a covert narcissist if you expose them. Are you considering unmasking a covert narcissist? Pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Such an action is akin to provoking a wild beast in deep slumber. When threatened, their true nature will emerge, aggressive and filled with resentment. Don't be surprised if they lash out at you, even striking preemptively to protect their fragile ego. Prepare yourself for a storm of wrath. Like an erupting volcano, they will unload all their fury and anger onto you. Narcissists are accustomed to admiration and adulation, not criticism or exposure, and don't expect an apology or any remorse. Instead, they will go to great lengths to blame you, distort the truth, and make you the scapegoat for every fault. You made me do this, or if you were better, I wouldn't treat you like this. Such words will pierce your heart like sharp daggers. Unmasking a narcissist is a grueling and perilous battle. Think carefully before stepping into it. Imagine standing before a distorted mirror. The reflection is warped and bizarre, yet the person in the mirror insists that this is their true image. When you attempt to point out the truth, they grow enraged, accusing you of trying to shatter the beautiful illusion they are so enamored with. This is how a narcissist reacts to feedback. Mentally healthy individuals seek growth and self-improvement. They value constructive criticism, seeing it as an opportunity to reflect and address the hidden shadows within their soul. But for narcissists, their ego is so immense yet fragile that they cannot tolerate any challenge. They cling to their delusions about themselves, no matter how distorted, because it's their only source of security. The more you try to bring them back to reality, the more fiercely they resist. They will use every tactic to protect their castle of ego, from blaming you and accusing you of causing tension or ruining their joy, to fabricating absurd allegations like calling you controlling or overly critical. They will portray themselves as pitiable victims while painting you, despite your good intentions, as the villain causing all the trouble. In such situations, the wisest choice is to step back. Don't attempt to play hero, forcing them to change. You are dealing with someone disconnected from themselves and those around them. Any efforts you make to reform them will be futile, like plowing water. You may have spent years nurturing this relationship, only to now feel disillusioned and hurt when the truth comes to light. You long to wake them up, to help them see reality, but remember, you are not their savior. You can love and support them, but don't sacrifice yourself to shoulder the burdens of their shadows. Life moves swiftly. Don't waste time worrying about others' opinions or striving to please everyone. Only you truly understand your life, and only you know what is truly necessary to protect your happiness. You might face opposition from others if you expose a covert narcissist. A covert narcissist is different from an overt one. Overt narcissists often boast about their greatness everywhere they go. They make themselves known immediately. When they enter a room, they dominate the space and demand all the attention. In contrast, covert narcissists choose to hide their true nature behind a facade of modesty or even feigned vulnerability. They often say things like, "Oh, I don't need anyone to notice me," or "My success means nothing. Others are far more deserving of praise." It may sound humble, but it's actually a trap. By downplaying themselves, they lull others into a false sense of security, gradually manipulating and controlling them without their awareness. These individuals are masterful actors, capable of playing the victim to gain your sympathy and protection. They're skilled at winning people over and cultivating a positive image. As a result, everyone thinks they're wonderful, except you, who truly knows their real nature and feels stifled and frustrated. But you can't easily share this truth with anyone because their actions are so subtle and difficult to pinpoint. If you attempt to expose them, you'll likely be dismissed as overreacting or seeing things negatively. When dealing with the abuse of a narcissist, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by negative emotions. Staying calm is incredibly challenging, especially when you're facing narcissists who disguise themselves as angels. It becomes even harder when the manipulator is your partner. To the outside world, they appear to be an amazing person, a dream husband or wife, but behind closed doors, you're the one enduring their emotional and mental abuse. You feel nauseated watching them perform for others, basking in admiration while you suffer from their denial and outbursts in private. Living in two contrasting realities makes you feel isolated and stuck. You yearn to share your experience and be understood, but you fear judgment, criticism, and further manipulation. Comments like, "They're so good, what's your problem?" or "What more could you want from such a perfect person?" only deepen your despair and silence. Don't be surprised if you face doubt, denial, or even accusations of ingratitude. The world may be enchanted by their dazzling exterior, and you, the one speaking the truth, might be labeled as a troublemaker or liar. Even more painful, many will turn a blind eye to your suffering to preserve their own illusion of a perfect life or relationship. They cling to the fantasy of miraculous change, unintentionally placing the burden of fixing a twisted personality on your shoulders, a mission that's impossible. The workplace can also be a breeding ground for narcissistic abuse. Unfortunately, most HR departments don't fully understand personality disorders and tend to overlook signs of abuse. They often prioritize work performance and metrics over employees' mental well-being. Narcissists often become workplace stars. They are intelligent, charming, persuasive, and consistently achieve impressive results. They exploit employees to meet their goals, play dirty to climb the ladder, and manipulate colleagues without fear of repercussions. Their subtle abuse is nearly impossible to detect or document, making exposing them in a professional setting almost unthinkable. If you report their manipulation, divisiveness, or blame shifting to HR, you risk being labeled a troublemaker, a problem employee, or even accused of slandering a co-worker. Another part of the problem is that people who haven't experienced narcissistic abuse often can't understand it. They find it hard to believe that someone could have such a two-faced personality if they've never encountered this kind of behavior firsthand. This subtlety is why you feel isolated and helpless. But remember, the most important thing is to leave quietly, stay calm, and focus on protecting yourself. What you're dealing with is real, and you absolutely have the right to step away to reclaim your peace. Narcissists lack the empathy to recognize their mistakes. One of the most defining traits of narcissists is their severe lack of empathy. Like mirrors that only reflect their own image, they are unwilling and unable to see the emotions and thoughts of others. This creates a significant barrier in communication and relationships. They often fail to acknowledge their mistakes, even when those mistakes cause profound harm to those around them. From their distorted perspective, they are always right, always flawless, and anyone who dares to point out otherwise is considered an enemy. When you attempt to gently offer feedback, they immediately put up a defensive wall and retaliate with blame-laden remarks. For example, if you tell them they often break promises, instead of admitting their fault and seeking to improve, they might defensively reply, "You're always criticizing me," or worse. "If you're so perfect, why is our relationship a mess?" In an instant, the roles are reversed. From being hurt, you become the one at fault. This manipulation leaves you doubting yourself and questioning your own reality. Even worse, when confronted with undeniable evidence of their mistakes, they possess an astounding ability to distort the truth. They won't hesitate to embellish, twist facts, or even completely fabricate stories to cast themselves as either a pitiable victim or an unlikely hero. In their minds, they can only play one of three roles: hero, victim, or exceptional genius. In any of these roles, the concept of admitting faults simply doesn't exist, so don't expect any genuine remorse from them. Any apparent regret is just another tool to manipulate those around them. If you decide to leave and end the relationship, they'll switch tactics. This time, they'll assume the role of a repentant sinner. They'll promise a brighter future where everything will change, and they'll do whatever it takes for you. They might even fabricate wounds they claim to have endured, painting a tragic picture designed to evoke your sympathy. They may cry and lament, claiming they've been wronged by you, and recount tales of oppression or mistreatment, regardless of how far those stories deviate from reality. Have you ever wondered why they only show remorse when their perfect facade is threatened? It's not genuine repentance or a miraculous change of heart. It's merely a ploy to manipulate your emotions, convincing you they've changed, only to pull you back into the cycle of pain. This lack of empathy makes communicating with them an immense challenge. When you try to share your feelings or discuss the hurt they've caused, they neither listen nor understand. Instead, they focus solely on protecting their fragile ego. Every effort you make to connect with them emotionally or build a bridge of understanding feels futile, leaving you drained and despairing. In a relationship with a narcissist, the only way to protect yourself is to recognize their true nature and actively maintain distance. Only by doing this can you free yourself from their manipulation and reclaim a life of peace and freedom. Establishing boundaries and staying committed to your plan. Dear friends, especially those striving to break free from dependency or struggling with manipulative, narcissistic individuals, you likely understand this truth all too well. Maintaining your stance and setting boundaries with such people is no small challenge. It's not just a battle between you and them, but also a confrontation with your own fears, weaknesses, and inner conflicts. At times, out of affection, fear, or mere familiarity, we can waver. Persuasive words, sophisticated manipulative tactics, or even their seemingly sincere displays of remorse can shake our resolve. Many of us have been pulled back into their manipulative vortex, a cycle with no escape, where the pain and insecurity only deepen over time. That's why the next step is crucial: building a strong and impenetrable protective fence around yourself. This isn't just about setting boundaries, it's about creating a safe emotional and mental space where you can control and shield yourself from negative words or actions. Once you've crafted a plan to break free and started implementing it, Remember that narcissists will quickly sense this change. They'll feel anxious and unsettled because they know their control over you is slipping away. Narcissists by nature thrive on the attention and admiration of others. It's the fuel for their enormous but fragile egos. When you're no longer part of their fan club, when you set even the smallest boundaries, they'll feel threatened. This not only unsettles them, but can trigger strong negative reactions. They might try to lure you back by playing the victim, guilt-tripping you, or even resorting to threats. Remember, these actions don't come from love or genuine remorse. They're merely tactics to regain control. Therefore, the most important thing is to remain steadfast. Always remind yourself why you want to escape this cycle. Whenever you feel yourself wavering, ask, "What am I fighting for? What is truly worth holding my ground for?" Remind yourself that the boundaries you're creating are not just to protect yourself from them, but also to safeguard your peace, self-esteem, and the values that matter in your life. Start with small boundaries and gradually expand them. Learn to say no without guilt. Practice walking away without looking back. And most importantly, build a support system. A circle of genuine friends, family members, or therapists who can help you stay grounded and walk with you on this journey. Remember, freedom isn't just about breaking free from someone's control. It's about reclaiming the reins of your own life. Clarity, firm boundaries, and unwavering resolve are the keys to freeing yourself from the manipulation of narcissists and opening a new path. A path toward a life of peace, autonomy, and happiness. Thus, we've delved together into the mysterious and perilous world of covert narcissists. I hope the insights shared in this discussion have helped you better understand them, recognize early warning signs, and equip yourself with the tools necessary to protect yourself. Remember, you deserve a healthy relationship where you are respected, loved, and valued. Don't let anyone, including covert narcissists, rob you of your peace and happiness. If you're feeling trapped in a relationship with a covert narcissist, don't hesitate to seek help from loved ones, friends, or mental health professionals. You are not alone on this journey. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to like, share this video with those who might need it, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future content.